Hey, what is up, you guys? Happy Thanksgiving Eve. This is Los and Anthony, and Heath is out and about over in Idaho, enjoying his driving while he makes his way over to his mom and dad's house. And we're over here in Vacaville and
In
Dixon.
Dixon.
I'm in Vacaville.
I'm in Dixon.
And then he's in Dixon. We are close to Sacramento. Now, why is that important? Why is that important? I'll tell you. Let me tell you. That's because the Deftones.
Tell him.
The Deftones have been nominated. Hallelujah. Three Grammy nominations from your friendly neighborhood Deftones. I am super happy for them. I love the Deftones. Now, they were nominated for, I'll tell you guys right now, they were nominated for three things. They were nominated for Best Rock Performance for Ohms, Best Metal Performance for Genesis, and Best Remix Recording for Passenger, which was actually remixed by Linkin Park's Mike Shinoda. Ah, man. How excited are we?
Anthony? Dude, I love it, dude. It's, I'll be honest, dude. The first time I heard Ohms, I didn't like it.
No?
I was like, this is poop. Yeah. I didn't enjoy it.
Okay, here we go. Why didn't you like it?
Dude, I had to listen to it to understand what was going on, dude. Like, it was there's just so many layers and so many elements to every song, dude, where it's just like, so for me at first listen, it didn't grab me right away, but dude, I listened to it at least a few times a week right now, To me it's an amazing album, dude. So they deserve a Grammy nomination for that one for sure, dude. Like,
yeah, I mean, just the title track, I really like that riff they use in it. That it's I like it. It sounds like Deftones. Anybody who's been following the Deftones for a while knows that they mix like really interesting sounds. They have really interesting mixes in their albums, and this one does not disappoint. I think that my favorite track off of that album, Ohms, is Pompeii. I thought that they probably should have been nominated for that one too, in addition to the ones they were already nominated for. But I think that, finally they got some good recognition. Now, the last time, Anthony, that they won a Grammy was, I believe, in 2000, if I'm not mistaken.
Wasn't it 20-something years ago?
Yeah, it was a very long time ago.
For something, it was a song off of White Pony, I believe.
Yeah, it was Elite, and they won for Best Metal Performance.
Yeah.
The band's been around 30 years now, dude. 30 years.
It's because they have, to be honest with you, it's because they have a sustainable sound, dude. Like, they don't try to go with the trends. They just follow themselves, dude. They don't have to change their style up to go with today's music, or like what kids are listening to these days. They just work on their craft, dude. And they're just, I don't know if they can top this album though, dude. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it's gonna be a tough act to follow for sure.
Yeah, I know, and I hope that they pull out the win, man. And they're up against, who are they up against? All right, so
Gojira, I believe, is
yeah, they're up against they're up against, for the best rock performance, they're up against AC/DC's Shot in the Dark, Black Pumas' Know You Better, Chris Cornell, Nothing Compares to You, a Sinead O'Connor cover, and Foo Fighters, Making a Fire. For
Black Puma.
Huh? The Black Pumas.
I met Black Puma, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah, I met him at True Story. I met him at Bottle Rock this year when I was a runner for Guns N' Roses.
Damn, really?
And I chopped it up with him for a minute, dude, and he was a really down-to-earth guy. He was trying to get into he was performing the next day at Bottle Rock,
Yeah.
but he was trying to get into one of the after parties on the side stage. And he asked if I knew how to get there. And I was like, man, we're not allowed to get in anywhere. And he's like, and you guys run for Guns N' Roses? And we were like, yeah. And he's like, oh, hell, I ain't getting into anywhere then, like, but he was a really nice guy.
That's cool.
Thank you. And, I got to shake his hand and wish him a good show the next day,
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's
Hey,
cool.
man, that's cool. That's a cool little story. So you're not going to be upset then if they pull out a win, right? The Black Pumas?
No, hell no, dude, because his album's really good. It's a really great album. It's got an old, to me, like an old 60s, 70s, funk feel, dude, or R&B feel, dude. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should check it out, dude. It's a really good album.
I definitely will. I'm going to check out all of these. I haven't checked them out all. Now, for the best metal performance, the Deftones were nominated for Genesis. And they are up against Dream Theater's The Alien, Gojira's Amazonia, Mastodon's Pushing the Tides, and Rob Zombie's The Triumph of King Freak. Dude.
I've only heard Genesis and Mastodon's or not Mastodon's, Gojira's Amazonia.
I've only heard Genesis.
Amazonia is a good song.
Yeah.
And what category is this for?
This is for best metal performance. Now, just so that you guys out there know, it's for new vocal or instrumental solo, duo, group, or collaborative metal recordings. So it's best metal performance, and they're up against.
Do you consider the Deftones metal though?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That's a good question. It's like a weird kind of metal, almost like a ethereal, electronical metal mixed with I don't know, weird music, I guess.
Because I don't really consider them metal, dude.
Well, what would you call it?
In my mind, heavy guitars, just because there's heavy guitars doesn't make it metal. I wouldn't know what to call them either. I don't know what to call them either. I just don't know that they're. To me, they're the true definition of alternative in my mind.
Yeah. Well. Okay. So is it fair then to call them if they're not metal? Would it be fair then to call them a rock band, just a straight up?
Just a rock band, yeah. What's wrong with that? Because that's what.
Well, because they're heavy as fuck, though.
They are heavy, but I don't know. What is your definition of metal?
When I think of metal, all right, quite frankly, I think of Metallica. I think of Megadeth. I think of Judas Priest. I think of Quiet Riot, and I think of Van Halen. Although that was a little bit more glam pop metal, but this is kind of back in the day they used to classify them as new metal, right? Everybody was new metal. And all of the new metal acts coming out, no matter what they were classified as new metal. The Slipknots and
even Incubus,
the Incubus, Papa Roach, the Deftones. They were all in that graduating class. Korn, Limp Bizkit, all these bands. They were all new metal, and a lot of those bands never got out of that genre. But it's like you said earlier, though, dude, that they are kind of in their own league. They're in a league of their own when it comes to music, because you can't really call them a traditional metal band. They're not new metal anymore, because the motherfuckers have been around since they were 30 years now.
Since the late 80s.
Yeah. And I don't know, I think it was Abe Cunningham, the drummer, was talking to the Sacramento Bee, and he was saying when our first album came out, we were so excited, but then OJ was being chased by the police in his white van, and that took the thunder away from our from our album release, and everybody was watching OJ. Nobody was listening to the Deftones, man. Dude.
Dude, I remember seeing them play at Bojangles in Sacramento. Little shithole bar, dude.
Yeah.
About the size of my house that I live in right now.
That was near Sac State, wasn't it? Like,
I believe so.
yeah.
And it was on Cinco de Mayo, if I remember correctly. And the next day they were getting ready to fly out to go record Around the Fur.
Damn.
And I got my ass kicked from the front of the bar all the way to the back of the bar in about 20 minutes, dude. Like, because it was one of the craziest shows I've ever seen, dude. Yeah. Like, it was such an amazing event, you know. Like, it was dope, dude. Yeah.
Well, dude, I'm glad that you told me that, because now I know what to expect, because now I have tickets to see them in April of next year in San Francisco. My wife bought them for me.
You've seen them before, right?
I haven't seen them before. This will be my first time. I am a Deftones live show virgin, dude. So,
dude, to be honest with you, though, early in their career,
yeah,
they were known as a band that was hit and miss live, dude. Like, one show you would see them, they'd be the best band you ever seen, and then you'd see them like a week later, and they sound like worse than a garage band, you know. And that was early in their career, like around the Fur days and shit.
Yeah,
I've seen them twice now in the last few years. Hands down, one of the best shows. Like, they're just an amazing band now, dude. Like, I seen them at the Greek Theater, and the whole time I was just completely mesmerized by the whole performance, dude. I was just like, this is like the light show and everything, dude. It's just great, dude. Yeah. You're gonna love it, dude.
And that's an awesome venue too, man. The Greek Theater.
Yeah.
I love that place.
Yeah, we saw them with Thrice and Rise Against at the Concord Pavilion, I think.
That's
a few years ago. Yeah, that was a dope show too, man.
I've seen Thrice maybe 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, I've seen them a few times too.
So the finals, they're also nominated for Best Remix Recording. They're up against Booker T's remixer Soul to Soul, Back to Life.
Who? Who?
Booker T. I don't know who that is. One of Papa Roach's songs got remixed too. Born for Greatness, the Spencer Baston remix. Katie Lang's Constant Craving, Tracy Young remixed that one. Zed and Grift's Inside Out, Threescape, I don't know, I never heard that one. Demi Lovato and Ariana Grande's Met Him Last Night was remixed by David Aud. And then, you know, of course, Deftones Passenger, Mike Shinoda. And
have you listened to that album?
No, I haven't.
I haven't either. I've
listened to the version that he remixed, and I like it. I like it better than I like the original.
Really?
I've always thought that Passenger was it wasn't one of my favorite Deftones songs. Let's just put it that way. It's not that it's a bad song. It's just one that I couldn't connect to, not like in the way that I connect to like their other songs, like, you know, Digital Bath, El Merle, Diamond Eyes. Oh, dude, like they have so many songs that I love.
Passenger, though, like that riff for me, dude, like that opening riff, that you know, like I love the riff, like I don't know, because I'll be honest about this, White Pony, I hated that album when it came out. I bought it, I bought the album, listened to it once, and gave it away. I was like, yeah, you can have that. It was years later, dude, like that I went back and listened to it again, and I was like, oh, this isn't as bad as I thought it was, you know, like I don't know, because Around the Fur they were very kind of metal. They were new metal in Around the Fur, so they went from Around the Fur to White Pony, and I was like, oh, this is different. I don't like it, you know. But
yeah, no, so you had to listen to it like a little bit, like over and over again, and then you started liking it, right?
Yeah, dude, I had to, because then you start to understand what's going on. Like, you start, for me, I start listening to the riffs and the way the song is structured, and like I pick up on the little intricacies of the song, like
Yeah, yeah.
or of songs, I should say. And that's what makes me end up falling in love with an album is once I understand everything.
See, I had to
with
work.
myself.
I had to work backwards, dude, because like when Change in the House of Flies came out and was blasted just all over MTV and stuff, that's when I fell in love with the Deftones. That was a song that made me go, okay, these guys are legit. Didn't know anything about them, I just really liked the melodies in that song and how it's kind of like a haunting, kind of song. And so that opened it up for me. And then I started like listening to, Be Quiet and Drive Away.
Yeah.
And then My Own Summer. That was just like, dude, boom. My Own Summer was just like, oh my God. And then I heard Digital Bath and I was just like, my jaw dropped, dude. I was just like, oh my gosh, it sounds like a bunch of ghosts like playing instruments or something, like phantoms or something, dude. It was like, oh shit, like, and that made me become like lifelong fan of the Deftones. So I'm happy for them. I hope they win. I wish them nothing but the best. And if they're listening to this, we love you guys. Good luck to you guys. And hey, if you ever need an opening band, hit us up, man. Especially for
Hey,
the
we do an
Sacramento
awesome
dates.
rendition of My Own Summer too.
Yeah.
We do a great version of it.
Excellent version. You guys will be nothing but impressed with Malcontent, man. So, if you guys are listening to this, you need an opening band, hit us up, man.
Or just hit the subscribe button.
Oh yeah, or just share it with your millions of fans.
There you go.
All joking aside, we do love the Deftones. We really hope that they win, and we want to know from you guys. Do you guys think that the Deftones deserve a Grammy this time around?
Hell yeah, they deserve this album, dude. This album was album of the year. Like, this is the album of the last 2 years, dude. Like,
and it's kind of so fun to see them like get some new success because their success came so long ago, and music has changed. And what?
They just announced their own cannabis brand.
Oh yes, they just announced their own cannabis brand. Don't they make alcohol too?
They have beer too.
Yeah.
They're cornering the market.
Yeah, man.
Super stoked for them.
And they also have a video game. A Deftones video game. Yeah, it's like a Pac-Man game. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. All the fun stuff. Well, I think that's going to be it for today. Guys, hopefully you enjoyed this podcast. And if you did, please give us a subscribe, give us a like, and drop a comment and let us know how you liked it, and what are your thoughts of the Deftones? Share your memories of the Deftones with us, and I think that's gonna be it, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. Have a safe and wonderful Thanksgiving.
Yeah, hell yeah! Happy Thanksgiving to you, Carlos. Happy Thanksgiving to Heath, the rest of my bandmates. Love you guys. Later.
And happy Thanksgiving to you all and everybody out there. Peace and joy and love from the MalcoCast crew. Later.